I sound further away, hold on 1 second before we start the show. Welcome everyone, by the way. Oh, my hair is going wild. Uh-oh. Good enough, it'll have to do. My hair is lost in time. Yeah. About the other way. Will it go the other way? No, it wants to go left. Sorry about this, everybody. Hold on 1 second. I'm making some clanky noises. There we go. Let me elevate up here. It's gonna have to be what it is. There we go. Sorry about that. Let us go. But also, welcome everyone. Let us begin. What? Whoopsie. Okay, why are you not showing up? Alright, there we go. That's what I wanted. Bring that up. Then we want that. And that. There we go. Boom. Now it's working. Welcome everyone. Hello, and welcome back to another vlog. This one a little bit more short, a lot less time in between than last one. Mostly because I need to let you guys know that the schedule is finally set. Nothing will majorly change unless I end up moving out before then. Unless like I said, I move out before then. The major changes won't really be till March because I've finally got all my school stuff set up that I'm doing in the IRL, and we're gonna be good. To be fair, with the way it's set up, the only thing it'll be like it is kind of now. Weeks will be not quite as won't be really doable because during the weekends, some weekends I may have to take off too here and there just to make sure I get my stuff done first. Just to give you all a heads up on that. But like I said, that won't be till March. I'm hoping to finish a couple of major series that I'm starting right now. By then. At least a couple of them, they're more serious devotion things. And there'll be a new series starting during that time for me that will be easier for me schedule-wise to do alongside my school because it'll already be on PC. And that way I can also at the same time bring our PC streams back. But y'all will see what that is when the time comes. That won't, like I said, that won't be till March. Just to keep y'all updated on that. But welcome everybody. Hello, and welcome back. God, the colors in the background. Oops. I ain't gonna mention I didn't mean to do that. Oh, there's a bit of yellow, a bit of red in there, a bit of orangish brown, some purple. Oops. I actually did not intend that. But, they're haunting me. Also, I want to give everyone a reminder. Don't forget, tonight, night shift. Who is that? Is that James? What's up, James? I miss my boy Spyro. Yes, Spyro is amazing. Oh, yeah, because of the purple, yeah. That is another color of his. But I swear, like, I just looked at both sides of the room and went, I didn't mean to do that color scheme. I swear. I wish I actually did think about that. That would have made this more impressive, but no, that was accidental. Just because it's on gold mode back. God damn it. It's on yellow mode back there. Um, so to kind of match up normally what would be my Loki / racing colors, but in the nightlight, it's very gold. Oh, it's that moment when something is on your mind so much that it becomes a part of you. The Guardian HQ is Loki as the leader. Hey man, hey, he's technically a Guardian. He just took a while to realize how good at it he could be. He's more of a time Guardian technically than anything, but yeah, I mean technically. I mean I am in charge. I think. Where's it that other guy? I always have this other voice in my head. I don't know. Anyways. I'm gonna be doing that a lot. Probably tonight. Just want to say that. Not gonna say anything either. Not until I know for certain. No, but still, yes, you are correct, James. I am the leader of the Guardian Corps. And I am also a Loki, so yes. Oh man. What else was there? I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, God, I'm so professional, guys. Just also another big reminder, everybody. I finally got Twitch up and running, and if y'all want to check out my first streams I did there this last weekend, definitely check it out. We'll be doing more of that series this weekend, to continue off on that. But I wanted to give a quick let y'all know because I kind of didn't give proper prior notice to that day, like I probably should have because I didn't think about it sadly. But to let you guys know, it is up and running. No more sound issues. The headset that I got worked. We're finally starting our our chief run on the Xbox and on Twitch. God, you're gonna really hate me by the end of the night with the puns that I'm gonna be doing, both for that and for something else I keep mentioning. But yeah, that voice mine has two sides to smash something with a hammer or make everyone go mad. Yeah, I can't figure out whether I'm trying to save or absorb everyone. Hmm. Oh man. Like I said, it's gonna get annoying. So I warn you all now. The pun warning is up and running. It's gonna be bad tonight, especially on the night shift. It's gonna be bad. Oh man, I'm excited. Oh man, I'm so excited. This is probably the first time in a long time. Also, I've had enough energy to stay up past midnight this easy and still be actually competent to play the game. um. So yeah, we're gonna go as long as we can. I'm gonna kind of ease. I did not mean it to sound. I'm gonna ease into it on the first night. We're gonna try to go the full shift time is what it would be. That's all I'll say. But if I for some reason do start to kind of wear down a little and my battery drains and I just can't recharge, then I'll probably uh damn it. I got lost so hard and I was doing so well. Damn it. Okay. I'll probably shut myself down for that night and just get back onto it next shift, which would be this weekend. I did pretty good at the first part of that. Like I started off rolling and then I'm like, I couldn't come up with what I wanted next. All of a sudden, I just hit a massive like locked security door, and I'm like, I forgot to get the pass for that. And see, don't forget I'm getting PlayStation Plus Wednesday, so don't forget about that. Yeah, I remember, James. Yeah, also, still not going to tell y'all what it is, but me and James should, unless you'll have to let me know if you're doing anything this weekend, James, or if you're able to start it this weekend. Since James is getting his PlayStation Plus back, also big shout out to him in chat. We're going to be trying to start our special little series back up this Sunday. And though, and hopefully also some Stellaris too. That means too, so we can get back that going too. But yeah, I wanted to give y'all a heads up on that. But let me know if we aren't able to do that. We'll just do it next weekend, and I'll just slam in all the other stuff that I'm doing that I on my own, cause I'm excited. Also, another big warning to anyone who already knows what the night shift stream is. Once again, we're going to be very tedious. So if you're looking for a stream or series of this same game that's a lot quicker, that because the tedious stuff was cut out. Because since I live stream, I can't really do that. So I could after, but then I feel like that would just defeat the purpose of me being a streamer versus just recording the videos. Because I prefer to do that anyways. Because I like being there with y'all while it's happening. But if you do, oh wow, my brain. Oh yeah, but if you do prefer a faster pace, if I had a palm, it had been in my face right there. By the way, then probably might want to go somewhere else for that. And that's not me trying to say anything against myself, but I do plan on really, really, really looking around. Like if anyone remembers my Alien Isolation series and how tedious I was with that, or Doom, or Final Fantasy VII, it's going to be on those levels. Maybe a little higher because the game requires a little more attention than normal games do, tedious wise. But just let you guys know now. But what's up, James? I saw you. Oh, I'm down for this week. Also, I'm wearing slippers. Nice. Nice. If I could wear shoes, I'd probably wear these like little red like sneaker looking shoes, like with little. This is like when I was young, with like little white lightning bolts on the side of them, and stuff like that. I can't wear shoes technically. These. Hold on. I didn't realize I was that short. These feet can't wear shoes. It actually, because since I do everything with my feet, play games, work on the computer, write what I do write. I tend to dictate or type better than I write, because of my disability. But yeah, I cannot wear shoes. I've always wanted to know what that's like, but to be fair, like for me, it's pointless because I also don't walk on my feet. They don't transport me. This thing does that I'm sitting in. So it's just weird. The concept of shoes is so unusual in my head because I never had to wear them. I know why. It's to protect the feet while you're walking around on wherever you're going and from, all kinds of stuff. But I'm like, I don't walk though. I levitate. No, I'm just kidding. That one was just because I don't know why I would say it. But, actually, I roll everywhere. You could build yourself a hover suit and wear shoes. I mean, yeah. Why not? That is like I don't know still why I would wear shoes if I'm hovering, but fashion, I guess. It's like, these look good. Got me these new. By the way, if I sound dumb, it's because I don't know nothing about shoes. I'm just gonna use the one I know. It's like these Nikes are nice. If you can't tell, I don't know shoe brands. I don't wear them, so I wouldn't. I know like there's Reebok and there's like um there's a bunch of them. Some of them are really old, but most of them I'll admit probably are from the 90s that I remember. But oh man, sorry, my brain went. Oh, that's right. Another update I would like to give you guys is that at some point when one of the series finishes, I do have another series that I want to devote myself to finish that we personally never finished on the channel. Um and we'll be doing that too. That won't, once again, just to keep myself in check. That won't be till either um, Halo is finished or our night shift one gets done at a certain point, or our single player Stellaris. But even then, there'll be another Stellaris to replace it, so I don't think I can move that one. So the other one would be uh. Actually, no, that's it. Never mind. I'm being dumb. But yeah, as far as our three major single players are concerned, those will already be there. And then the series that will come back will be put in one of those places. And I will make sure this time we do it. But most likely Halo will get done first because I feel like I'm going to beat that pretty quickly. Not only because I'm going to play the first two on easy, but Halo's one of those things, even on normal difficulty. If once you get used to, like, even with my disability problems with it, it's still pretty easy to find ways to cheese it. So, and I remember all those little cheesy tricks. So we'll definitely shouldn't have a problem with that. That should actually only take maybe half of February at best. That's at best. That's me being super generous because there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 6 games. So um so that will have to so with Halo we'll punch through at that point. That's why I said half of February, just in case. Some of them will be faster for me than others. The newer ones will be the slowest. 5 and Infinite will be the slowest because I've never played either of those. Whereas 1 through 4 I've played before and beaten before. Let's see. Question: what is your game you liked or looked forward to be made by Insomniac? Well, that would most likely. Wait, they still in control of that, right? Before I eat a shoe in my mouth, it would probably be the Spider-Man game coming up, the new Spider-Man game, Spider-Man 2 or Marvel Spider-Man 2 or whatever it's gonna be called. I don't really know. The one that has the Venom trailer for it, where he's gonna be a major part of that, fighting him and Miles. I'm looking forward to that. And then I think the other thing would be the surprise game I want to do later this year. That will also be during school. But that I don't want to even talk about. I'm not even going to put that on the docket for all you guys. Because that won't even be till after March. Somewhere along those lines. So we're not even going to do that one. But there's that. There's also another one I'm super excited about. I'm ready to get into. And then probably... As far as looking forward for me playing it, I'd also say personally, this isn't necessarily going to be a series at first, but it may here and there. But I want to get Crusader Kings 2, or 3. 2 isn't also. Oh, hello. You can give my cup though. I need a drink. Thank you. Side notes: Insomniac made Spyro games, and look how far they have come. Oh, I know. Insomniac is amazing. they didn't forget what it means to be a developer, as we were talking about earlier. Some game companies made it. They they became big companies, but they also remembered what it is to be a game developer and publisher. Some of them publishers, but you know what I mean. Um, Developer more so though. Whereas the obvious ones that like me and you were talking about them, I don't want to get too hard into them, but where the obvious ones are like they just put out something that looks cool, but don't really put any meat on the bone. Make as much of it off of it as possible, and then just throw it to the dirt and let it die, even if it's our best game we ever made as a company. Two companies are like that hardcore right now. Not gonna, like I said, not gonna say who they are, but I'm pretty sure we all know who they are. Anyways, still, yeah, very much so. Insomniac was badass. And they always will be. Now they're in Marvel a lot, which I'm not against. They did so well, and I think aren't they the ones also handing up the Wolverine one? If they're doing the Wolverine game too, that's also gonna be cool. Because like I said, they're really good at making games, also physics-based games. Somewhat I've noticed. Because even Spyro had physics, as we talked about. So it's kind of funny that they kind of stuck with that a little bit. Because the Spider-Man game has some physics, it has a physics engine in it. I imagine the Wolverine one would. I don't know, but I'm excited about it. Like so many different things. A lot of them kind of fell off my radar because I kind of forgot a lot about what was going on, and I kind of ended up not being able to get there on day one because the end of the last year was kind of hectic for me in IRL. So, especially trying to get everything situated for this year so I can go back to school and stuff like that. So, I missed a lot of games that we're going to be doing at some point. Just because, I don't know, I just feel, for me, I want to do them and I want to kind of experience them myself. So, we will be doing those as soon as I ever get a chance somewhere down the line. There'll be different times for them and different intervals they'll probably come in because I have to do it when I'm able to know that I know I'm going to be into doing this fully all the way through. Because y'all probably know this, you watch me all the time, but I do have a semi bad habit of like not of picking something just because I want to try to be. I know it'll be cool, but I wasn't necessarily ready to play that game at that time. And that sounds weird, but if you don't do this, this can really hurt your motivation. This is for. I already kind of knew this, but I tried to get around it. Not gonna lie. This for tips for any YouTuber that's like new, of course, like I am still. If you don't feel like you even want to even try to do it, it's going to become a routine, and the routine's going to be entertaining to a certain extent, but you'll never truly grow to what you want to be as a content creator, as what we're supposed to be technically considered. Um, and that gets you caught in a loop. Trust me, I know, I did it myself. And that's why some of these games just kind of fell by the wayside. Some with where I was playing with James, just I didn't for some reason. Like one of the surprise ones might have to do with this kind of talk. Also, that's coming back. I'm not gonna say what it is, like I said, but it has to do with that too. That's why that series is coming back because it's to this time. Well, we want to do it, and it's the same thing individually for me is you have to, or anyone, you have to want to do it on your own personally, or you won't be able to really get yourself on board on committing to the project for one, or being entertaining as a YouTuber in this case for YouTubing, um, or anything. Like, because if you don't enjoy it, it's going to be really hard to make a really good video out of it. Unless you're on purposely trying to do that for the video. Then I guess mission success. But as far as like Let's Plays, yeah. you really want to make sure it's the game you want to do then, or you're not going to want to finish it. At least not at that moment. And that's something I've neglected too many times. Where I should be meeting to the suit of game I want to play then, and then keep to that until I'm done with it, and then move on to something new. That way it keeps it fresh too. So, is it, even though I don't think it'd be as successful today as it did then, even with Insomniac being the one that made it, because it's hard to live up to something that dynamically, brilliantly starting. It is, I don't know, it would be cool to see another Spyro one day, but I just don't see them doing that. Just like there would never be another Crash, sadly. It's just, it would be too complicated to try to keep it going until it just busts the story. That's kind of what happened to Ratchet and Clank somewhat. It's still a good game. It just feels like now it's kind of just biting at the chomp. The last one was really good, but I feel like they can't go any further than that, or it's just not going to work anymore. So, oh, hold on. Gotta do some chopping. 1 second, guys. There we go. Sorry about that. I had to take care of some things real quick. God, I don't understand that. Okay, yeah, but yeah, that's just a big tip for anybody who's trying to get into Let's Plays or figure out how to find a flow for yourself. The base piece is make sure the flow matches what you want to do. Other than that, the rest is kind of learned by trial and error as a person for you as an individual. But yeah, base core, make sure you enjoy it or you're not going to want to do it. Which is why I'm excited about tonight, because I actually want and kind of wish it was midnight already. Like, don't take this the wrong way, but part of me wishes I could, like, end this stream and just be like, fast forward button. and just start playing it now. But I actually do have some videos I gotta watch in between now and then to get some other information that I need. That's helping with these puns. And also helping me realize, that's all. And I can't wait to dive in myself tonight and just explore. Oh, my hair. Would you please stop trying to make me eat you? Let's see how long. This ain't gonna be a long stream, by the way, though. However, in general, I kind of just wanted to do this as an update. I actually, now that I realize, don't have much more to update you guys on. That was pretty much it at the moment. And since not a lot of people are in chat tonight, I think it's a busy week this week. I think a lot of people are kind of out and about this week, so a lot of this probably isn't going to be seen till tomorrow. I guess, like, I'm going to open it up for Q&A for anyone if y'all want to ask questions. I know James did already. If you want to ask one again, James, or if anyone else wants to ask anything, that's up to you guys. After that, I guess we'll just sit here and chat for a minute, and if we can't come up with anything, then I think we'll call it, and I will prep for our night shift, which still got, like, a few hours. Trying to think what else, if there's anything else I wanted to ask you guys. Oh yeah, there's something I actually want to ask. I know I don't normally do this, but as far as like, and I'm still trying to figure out how to set up a proper poll and Discord and stuff like that. Like a voting poll. I kind of want to see, and for right now, if y'all want, just please, if you can, kind of drop these types of comments in, whether in the Discord or comments below the video. If you have any, like, I might not be able to get it right away. Like, I can't just get the game, when I want. But if you have any, like, specific suggestions, that kind of meets the channel that you've been watching for a while and you want to see me try it or whatever, whether it be PC, now that I have an Xbox, or, sorry, my head itches, or something on PlayStation or something. Now, I don't have a Wii or a Nintendo Switch, so I can't do that. So those are going to have to be out of the question. But yeah, if you have anything you would kind of like specifically for me to do, just let me, like, literally just type it. Message me. I will say that's the benefit of still being somewhat small. It's a little easier to respond a lot faster to the community. So, yeah, just let me know. Let's see. If you could make any Gundam from any Gundam universe, wait a minute. You talking about a custom-made Gundam, James? Or you talking about this is an easy-ass question if it's the other way. If it's a custom Gundam, that's actually a little harder than I think. But if we're talking about just pre-made Gundam, I mean, why would I not say Wing Zero? Death Scythe's fun. He is my favorite overall. However, if I could make any Gundam, Zero would be better overall. Or Epion even. Even though Epion's a little bit heavy on the melee as well. Now, if it's a custom Gundam from any of the universe pieces put into an amalgamation, I told you I was going to keep doing that. That I have no idea. That might take me a minute to figure out what piece I'd want where and from who. The chess piece would be the core computer, obviously, so I'd have to figure out what type of system would I want. First, I guess. Do I want a Psycho system, a standard system, a Zero system? That I'm not sure. I actually might have to think about that. I actually was going to do that on the Gundam Breaker game, mobile game, at some point. But I haven't gotten back into playing it yet. I might try to do that tomorrow after I take care of some business. I wonder if I can actually do, because I think there's enough parts in that to kind of do stuff like that. But let's see, a custom Gundam. I forgot to classify. So yeah, in that case, then, this is gonna be a rough setup. I don't think this is necessarily what I want at the moment. I'd have to actually think about that, because if I could make my own, there's actually a few combinations I would like to try at that try to make things more efficient. So this one's going to be an interesting one. We'll at least do this one. We'll do it in legs, arms, head, chest to make it easier. Oh, and backpack or jetpack type. Okay. I'm pretty sure. See, I think I want do I want a Zero system or a Psycho system? Because they're kind of the same thing, but one's slightly different than the other. I think I'm going to settle on a Psycho system. So in that case, we're going to go probably, yeah, probably New Gundam's chest piece. So New Gundam's chest, because we're trying to go Psycho for him. I was going to go Sazabi, but that's a little big for the design I'm going for right now. So, as far as, like, width. So New Gundam's chest piece. Legs determine running speed, so probably for that one. That one I'm going to go Gundam Wing. I just got to figure out which one would be the best option. I think Shenlong. Yeah. Shenlong Gundam. I know you don't know who, probably might not know who that one is, James. It's another Gundam Wing Gundam. Shenlong's legs, arms. It's got a psycho system, so it could actually power the gun, right? Wing Zero's arms and Wing Zero's, actually, you know what? I'm going to specify. Excuse me. Sorry. Sky Zero, Gundam Breakers version. Sky Zero's arms and Sky Zero's jetpack, which means this gives wings to this mobile suit. So it's like my own iteration of Wing Zero, but way more efficient in my opinion, because he can run super fast now. He can still wield his guns. He's got a psycho frame to still power the gun. He's got the fast ass Vernia and Jetwing engines. Oh, and head. I forgot about the head. Ah, whoops. And Death Scythe's head. No, wait. No, wait. There might be a better choice than that. Wait. I actually think no. I was gonna go Death Scythe, but then I realized no. That doesn't make a lot of sense. It's not going to keep up with Zero's movement speed. It's going to have to be either Epion, Zero's head, or one of the Psycho heads, just like the chess piece. That's the disadvantage of choosing a specific chess piece like that. We're going to say... That looks so weird, though. I'm not going to do that. We're going to go... It kind of fits with the wings. That actually looks a lot better. I'm gonna go Epion's headpiece because the reason why I made mine so nimble is I wanted also it to be good at melee. And Epion's headpiece would be kind of add to the targeting system in the on top of Zero system, being compatible with the Psycho / Zero system. In this case, Psycho. So yeah. Okay, yeah. I like that. I don't know what color it'd be, but I really like that. What's the mobile Gundam game where you can build your own Gundams called? It's called Gundam Breakers, I'm pretty sure. Here, I'll look it up on my phone right now. 1 second. Because I also don't want to give you the wrong name. But I'm pretty sure it's Gundam Breakers. Gundam... I think. Unless Gundam Breakers is actually a PC game. Oh, no, there it is. Gundam Breaker, right? Wait, Gundam Breaker 3? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. There is no Gundam Breaker 3. It's just that's what people typed. Let me make sure this is it. Yeah, this is it. Okay. Okay, yeah, so it's called Gundam Breaker Mobile. Where you get to customize. I can't run that video in the background. Yeah, because you can definitely customize these. That's not a normal Gundam. This picture is probably the best. Yeah. You go, oh wow, you can even really mess with the color. I did not realize that. I didn't know that game had that option. It must have updated a lot since I've been on there. Because I think I started playing it when it first came out, and at that time it didn't really interest me as much. But I do think that it's actually a lot more detailed now. Yo, Christopher! And in the beginning, there was an Ardnot. there was Ardnot. No, but welcome, Christopher. But yeah, it's called Gundam Breaker Mobile, James. If you want to check it out, I'm gonna probably download it after the stream just to get it back downloaded again. But and maybe it'll let me try to make this combination. I actually want to see if they're in there. I know it goes from RX-78 all the way, as far as I know, because Wing Zero's in, or Sky Zero's in there. Sorry, I call it the wrong one a lot because there's so many variants of Wing Zero. um, and then a ton of other mobile suits and Gundam should be in there too. To be honest, I think regular Wing Zero is also in there. Because I think they have multiple different types from different series. But welcome, everyone. But yeah, that would be my crazy amalgamation of Doom. New Gundam chest piece, Shenlong legs, Wing Zero arms and jetpack. Or, no, Sky Zero. I keep saying that because Sky Zero has the better gun now. So Sky Zero arms and jetpack and Epion's head. I could just go Sky Zero's head, but then it'd just be a Wing Zero. I'm trying to make each part a different one except for the jetpack and the arms. And if it does let me make this, I'm making it. Because there was another game that was on console that was like a lot like Gundam Breaker. I think I forgot what it's called. I actually own the game. That you also get to make your own Gundam in that too. And I made like a Death Scythe amalgamation in that one mixed with Outlaw Gundam. I think that was his name. See, I can't remember his name specifically from that series, but that was actually a pretty crazy combination. Because it gave Death Scythe something he normally doesn't have, which is dual beam pistols to gun people down in like a equilibrium fashion. If anyone's ever seen that movie, I'm from the 90s, so I'm an ancient relic of times past. There was once a diner. Oh, I should have wore a... now I know what I'm gonna wear for the stream next time. I should have... I have a black shirt with a white line on it. Why didn't I wear it? Well, I know what I'm wearing next time. But also, once again, a big shout out tonight, Night Shift. We are going to be doing a midnight stream for as far as I can make it up until 6 a.m. So, if I can't do the full one tonight, I'll work my way up to it in the next one. What was that? Oh, it's Gmail. But I already know what yours is, James. You told me yours. Yours is like a Zoc Wing Zero hybrid. Also, welcome, whoever just joined. Oh, yo, Tab King, what's up, bro? Welcome. Welcome. Oh, don't mind me. I'm pretty crazy today. What are we playing? What for tonight at midnight? The same thing I was last midnight. The night shift must continue. I must find out what's going on. Strange things keep happening. This is gonna sound really strange. Also, I can't seem to keep tears out of my eyes. Did y'all see the PSVR 2 space reveal? The what? Oh, specs reveal. Space? God, what am I reading? Say, what's that for God's sakes? Specs reveal. I have not. I imagine they're pretty nasty, but I have not seen them. I need a PS5 actually very soon. I hope one day. I hope, for gosh sakes, I hope they get more common soon. I don't have the money at the moment, but I would like to know I'm going to be able to get one when I can. Oh, man. Also, I saw that enlisted update you posted, Tam King. We're going to be checking that out at some point when the first chance I get. But, 4K HDR or OLED. God, I can't tell. Haptic feedback. Jesus Christ. Eye tracking tech. Uh-oh. You know that moment when you're thinking about the game you're playing right now that you love, and then you hear what Tam King just said, and you go, I know what the next one's gonna be. Haptic. Haptic feedback. Yeah, that's gonna be beautifully scary. Yeah, if you get the pun. Oh, wow. That's pretty dope, though. That sounds amazing. Like, just for any game in general, but my brain immediately went to, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's see. WTF, I already have a PSVR. Now, there's a second gen. 499 poof out of date, just like that. Well, I mean, it has been a while since VR's been out. VR's been out for quite a while. I'm actually kind of surprised VR2, they didn't kind of try to shove it to us sooner, to be fair. But if it's got all that in it, that is kind of the next step of where VR should be, because VR has a lot of problems. And it needs some serious work. And it would give me more of a reason, even with my disability, to try and figure out a way to make it easier on me. And maybe they'll be more efficient with the headsets. Because that's also my biggest problem in my situation is I have to have someone else put on the headset for me. And that's not easy, considering you're supposed to line it up with your own eyes and stuff. It's hard to tell someone, do it this way, that way, and all that. So I'm hoping they get more efficient with their headsets, too. Let's see. Well, that's with one USB cable. I will say that's at least more efficient. That's cool. I just hope like the size and the maneuverability of it becomes easier for someone like me to work with. Internal cameras, so you need for external setup. Wait, oh, it has internal camera. Oh, see, that's definitely better for me. That part at least helps. It doesn't help with setting up the headset probably, but that was also a problem because trying to set up everything in this room and have someone else try to help me with it's these are the things I'll be glad when those types of technologies catch up, so that way I can kind of enjoy them too. Because that's why I don't have a PSVR, or I don't use my PSVR. I said it wrong. I do have one, but that's why I don't use it, because it's too hard to really set up for me. So, not that it's bad or anything. It's a cool. The VR headsets are cool. Let's see. Plugs right into your brain like Johnny. Anyway, why not? I'll take it. No, I'm just kidding. We're already going towards the Matrix, it feels like. Thanks, Neo. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, I just had to do that. But no. That's a joke, of course. But new controllers that look like. Oh, Oculus's ones. Yeah, Oculus did have the better controllers. I'm not going to lie. I never had an Oculus, but they did have the better controllers. That's something I'll like, because their controllers are actually easier. I tried one out like in a store just to see how it felt. That one was still easier for me than even the PlayStation one. And that's saying a lot with me having to do it with my feet. So, yeah, that's actually pretty dope. That's true too. The only thing is they need to make sure the headset's easy for me to put on, and then boom, go. I'm done. Let's go. We're VR time. Especially if they put a certain game in it. Definitely check out the presentation. They demoed, and Horizon Zero Dawn. Ooh, that's actually cool. A cool example to do in. Was it from first person perspective of Aloy? That's actually kind of cool. I've never thought about what that would look like for if you could see through Aloy's eyes, especially when she's having to like climb up giant robot dinosaurs and swing around like ah. They don't know if they went to that extent, but I always thought about what that would look like to her because she's actually seeing it from her eyeballs. But I'll check it out, Tam King. I'll look it up tonight when or if not tonight, in the morning, because I have a bunch of videos I have to watch after the stream's over to catch up on some information to make sure I don't miss anything in our night shift. Because I don't want to have it blaze past me and be like, was that actually something, or am I just being dumb? I think I'm getting pretty grasp of I should recognize pretty anything unusual out of like just that doesn't seem right. So, God of War VR when? I know that would be cool too. I'm not gonna lie. Not sure if it was Aloy was in the Horizon world. Oh, so it might have just been some random person. That could be true. True too, because they really, as long as it's in the universe, you don't really know. So, and they probably didn't do any jumps and super over the tops. They just wanted to show like this is how good it looks. This is what new VR is gonna be like. We're one step away from plugging you into the Sentinels. What? Nothing. Oh man. Oh man. Or another good example, we're one step away from having you join our amazing megaplex. Mm-hmm. Let's see, headset VR with a body vest. You have me sold. Yeah, those are rare. There's still some of those out there that exist, but they had to stop doing those because some people can't handle those because it freaks people out. Some people just freak out way easier than others. It gives people heart attacks. I could probably handle it after I got, like, if I did it slow, like, took my time when it's slow at first, but there's a lot of things out there from what I heard that those got a lot of back heat from things like that, but if they had some proper user disclaimers that no one ever reads for some reason, maybe it would come back one day. I do remember those things though. Those were more prevalent in the 90s from what I remember, like early, not really VR, but kind of like VR. They weren't on consoles or anything. They were like exclusively like at really fancy like buildings or places, or like they were used in zoos sometimes, or in like war simulations. A lot of stuff like that, at least back then. These companies are trying to create a Ready Player One world. Probably why they're also pushing NFTs. That would be hilarious, by the way. I hope that's not why, but that would be. This is going to be a huge throwout in reference to what's going on tonight, but if that happens, can someone just put me okay, if this happens, you need to make me a giant lion. Okay? I need to be a lion. Screw no bear, no fox, no chicken, no rabbit, none of that. A freaking lion. Or a wolf either. No wolf or alligator either. Or croc. I'm actually not sure which. But I think it's a gator. I don't remember. Anyways, I want a giant lion. You need to turn me into a giant lion. If it means I can buy a holy hand grenade, I'm in. That makes sense. No, you know what? I'm on board with you, Tam King. You get your holy hand grenade, I get to become a giant robotic lion. I'm on board. In NFT is Tam King? Am I about to commit a felony? Right click save as. Nah, you good. But no, what the thing is I mean, Tam King's not wrong. That's why I just realized how funny but also kind of weird and creepy that is. That is kind of actually somewhat accurate. Like, if really Ready Player One was an actual thing, NFTs or whatever they're called, the horrible things that they are, would be pretty lucrative for someone who's in charge of the whole system. Even though it's awful. You don't want that. Because the only once again, like most things like that, the only person who benefits from that is the one in charge. The guy dressed in the purple suit. You know. Bro, I will be seal nose. Oh god, you gotta pay a certain amount for that ceiling. No, I'm just kidding. That's also what that would be. That's also how scary that would be. Because that's what that basically be. You'd have to pay to have a certain lifestyle in a digital world, right? Which is super terrifying. Like if you don't pay a certain amount of credits, in-game digital credits, you don't get to have this lifestyle or that lifestyle as a player. You have to be in this. And that's really sadly what that would be. Just the literal real life version of it, for Ready Player One, or in the broken down version of what they do the games now. That's kind of what it is now in a way, just in a game form. So I will be seal nose. That was a good one. But yeah, I don't know. This is weird, actually, if you think about it. I don't know. Yo, what will you do if you're in a planetary war like in Ready Player One, and some dude walks in with a full set of Infinity Gauntlet? I do the one thing that, and no matter if Infinity Gauntlet or not, that everyone has as a weakness of. I jump scare him. Because, like I said, what I chose to be in Ready Player One is very specific. I really like scaring people, apparently, in that universe. So I'm like, well, I'll just jump scare him. Someone else grab the gauntlet. Yep, sadly, there will still even be rich and poor in the virtual world. Yep, nope, that's true. If this keeps up, wouldn't matter if we were perfectly digital or not. Nothing will change. That's almost the most messed up part about it at the end of the day, though, is that until we actually make the change ourselves, whether it be now or whenever, it's literally what the Matrix is kind of about if you think about it. Is even in a digital realm, the elite AI or the higher up AI will always have the advantage until someone else changes that. So, yeah. I mean, you're right, Tam King. You are right. Let's see. Our greed as humans knows no bounds. Yeah, no, literally no bounds. Like, we'll probably, if we don't figure out a way to get past it, we could easily carry that into another version of ourselves that's not quite so human. It's ironically kind of exactly somewhat what caused the incident about what Night Shift is about. Somewhat. Not totally. But it is the loss of humanity and not considering each other kind of actually plays into that. Not considering someone else's feelings and how they feel or fear of something, or if they're scared of something, and you just forcibly throw them into the jaws of that fear. So it's like, remember me, splat. Tam King, I am sorry. Little one pushes to. Wait, what? Hold on. Tam King, I am sorry. Little one pushes Tam off cliff. I hope they remember you. Collects the soul stone. Remember me. Oh yeah, Seely's trying to save the Ready Player One universe by becoming Sealnos. Just let me know when you need to do that, Seely. I'll scare people to distract them for you. Oh, it's about all I can do now. Oh man, one down. Oh, that's a one down. Either that or it turns out Seal's the other one inside my head, and he's the one trying to absorb everyone or turn them into him. I must do battle. Oh man, pulls out a laser gun to shoot you in the eyeball. Oh man. Nice. I'm glad chat kind of picked up towards the end. I was a little worried because it was kind of a slow night. I was gonna have to end it because vlogs are kind of boring when it's just me. I'm just sitting here like, yeah, well, yep. How you doing there, ghosts out there? I shall erase 50% of the player base along with their currency. That was a good one, Seely. I like that reference. I don't even know if you intended that. I don't even know if you know what you just did. I like that one. Tam King might have caught that. But yeah, enlisted new mode. I haven't played it yet. I haven't either. I saw your message and I was like, oh. Once again, proving this game is becoming exactly what I wanted. I want to point this out. Everything I've wanted in I guess I might as well say the name, a battlefield game is in this game, not in Battlefield. I want to point that out to say so there's no confusion. And it's getting more and more advanced and advanced and advanced and advanced. And knowing Gaijin, that's just how they are. They start off slow. They try to find a real rhythm of something. They see if it works or not. If it does, then they decide, okay, this is maybe the direction we want, actually. They did the same thing with War Thunder. They did the same thing with Crossout. They're doing the same thing with Enlisted in a very heavy way. And I feel like Crossout and War Thunder has given Enlisted an advantage because they already know kind of how to do this and how their pace works as a company. Unlike other companies who just throw games out there, they actually are trying to achieve something. They're trying to be like, okay, we're a developer. We want to make this game unique and fun and something different. And the only way to do this is to try to take those chances. And they're doing that. And they're also on top of that taking things that already existed in previous versions of the Battlefield style of things and putting it into that game. Like escorting the armored train mission. That was in 1. And in 5? I forget which 2 BFs that one was. BF5 or BF... I know BF1 for sure. But there were armored trains you had to kind of defend in that. So it's kind of along the line and I really hope this is in a way that what they're thinking is. It almost feels like Gaijin looked at what's happening. Maybe they have someone in the company who used to be a Battlefield fan, and and he's brought it to the attention of his company and said, "Hey, look, it don't feel like this other company's even caring about that game anymore, and that game used to be brilliant. You think we could try to do something like that?" And I feel like that's how that started. At least something along those lines. And even more so now that it feels like they're taking everything they know used to be fun for everyone in those games, putting it in there plus more. And I'm like, they're not even as big a company as the one that's doing awful. Which goes to show you once again, all it is greed at the end of the day. It's like we were talking. It's like, stop worrying about the bottom line and make a game. If the game is amazing, your bottom line won't even be there. You'll make so much money. They think the cheap way and easy way, because they don't have to do as much work, is the more effective way, and it's not, because the money has blinded them. So, but oh well, when it comes to that, doesn't matter anymore anyways when it comes to that. What matters is an Enlisted is amazing, and Gaijin is doing work and getting stuff done. And I know I'm giving a big free shout out right now, but to be honest, they deserve it. And as I get a little bigger, I'm hoping to maybe one day ask them if maybe they could sponsor a couple videos in the near future or something. That would be kind of cool. Because I'm probably going to be by Gaijin for quite a long time. Because right now they're the only one, not only for they have one of my only favorite car combat games where I can make my own cars and slowly work up to creating cars I grew up with in the car combat games. But they also have one of the best tank games and now one of the best military simulator games that I've played in a long time. So 3 different games I enjoy from them. Hardcore. So it's on PS5. It's pretty much Enlisted Hardcore WW2 Sim. Dice is probably as EA is trying to turn BF into A. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, I'm done with that. I'm done with all of that. Because it's like, at this point, it's like, that's not what anyone wanted. That's why it's already failing. Because everyone is really hating on that game now. Because they wanted a Battlefield. Even I wanted a Battlefield at that time. Before all this happened. It's like, I was actually hoping 2042 was going to be good. And be like, yes, a cool new modern, like, half kind of arcadey sim, like, strategy, but squad based, like, military game. But no. Instead, it became exactly what every other one of their games is now. A microtransaction nightmare of browbeating you with aesthetics and making you feel like you're not unique until you pay money. And I'm like, oh no. And I died inside. No, seriously though. But then that's when I found because of UTAM King and several others, is like, that's when I found Enlisted and was like, you know what? No, I'm just going to play Enlisted. Enlisted is what that game should have been and should still be. And I'm like, so Gaijin has all my attention now. I don't trust the company who makes BF anymore. I don't trust any of their games anymore. Even if it's sadly some of them were good at one point. It wouldn't be now, because they're just going to have the same thing happen to them that happened to BF or Battlefield. So I'm just like, I'm moving on. See ya. Was like, but let's see. Nah, Dice legit throws a roll of the dice, and if it comes out as one, they finna make a 1-star game. Well, if they roll a 6, they finna make a. Well, originally, yes, I would agree with that, Sealy, but I don't think I don't think that's true anymore either. I do think it was a bit more of a dicey type thing because their name is Dice, ironically enough. That originally it was kind of up and down. Sometimes it was sometimes it was decent, but it was eh. But then the other times it was like, whoa. But even now, today, I think they roll nothing but snake eyes constantly. I think that dice is so heavily rigged by the company that owns them that there is no such thing as a higher than 1-star game now. So, oh well, I guess. And also, yeah, Planet Side is good, but I feel like a new Planet Side would be worse than even regular Planet Side when it already somewhat had microtransactions in it. The new one would be just riddled. There would be no progress without them. I want a Warhawk remaster. That game was fun as hell. Yeah. It's just, once again, it worries me when stuff like that gets remastered. It's like, we want remasters, but at the end of the day, we don't realize these companies that made these games aren't the same company anymore. In the 90s, these companies were like this and that, and it's awesome, and super OP and savage game creators. Now, though, a lot of those companies are a lot like what EA is like now. So, not all of them, mind you. There's still some good ones like Insomniac, a couple others who haven't fallen off that bridge. But it's like what scares me now is like who even if like I guess an example would be for me is I would love, even though I don't know if there's a company who would do it justice properly without maybe cutting corners too much. I would love personally for me a Twisted Metal 1, 2 and 3 remaster. I don't want a new Twisted Metal. I don't feel like that series can continue on successfully. But I would like to actually see a remaster, though. Because I do feel like successfully the game would do better if it was actually redone. But then again, just like what I said just now, even though that's not EA, who's to say it would be the same? Who's to say it would even feel right or be done justice? Because the only ones that so far succeeded at that were Crash, Spyro, and I don't remember who the other one was, but sorry, I'm trying to fall asleep. You're falling asleep, James. That's okay. I'm about to end this soon. But if you need to head to bed, that's okay, bro. It's up to you. Sorry, just bought Blueprint. Can't wait to see what they working on. Oh, Sony just bought Bluepoint. Oh yeah, Bluepoint's amazing. See that's a company that knows what they're like. At least. Like, I call them Blue Plate. I always call them Blue Plate for some reason, but I think it's Blue Point, right? Blue Point's the one who does all the good remasters. For some reason, I always want to say it's Blue Plate, but I always say that wrong. I think Blue Point's the one I'm thinking about. Yeah, that's a good example of a lot of stuff. They know how to make some remasters. See, if Sony gave Blue Point Twisted Metal, I'll do that. If I knew Blue Point was doing it, I'm like, when is it coming out? Someone sign me up. But other than that, like I said, it's so wishy-washy lately. Only Blue Point could be trusted. Yeah, but okay, so I was right. Okay. Blue Point is making a original game since they've taken a break from their remakes. That's true. I did hear about that. I'm also excited about that. Because I like companies who put that much work in when they want to make something of their own. Because then they tend to become the new legends of the time. Just like these other companies used to be way back in the day. And the fresh blood is starting to take over, I'm not going to lie. Like, newer and newer companies are starting to really surface and become truly a part of being the new quintessential good development companies, while the others are slowly dying off. It won't happen immediately, but it's just they'll maintain to a certain extent, even if they never fully die. But they'll never be as popular as they used to be if they with this kind of development process. But let's see. Don't Sony own the Twisted Metal license? They do. That's why I said that would be technically possible. But since Blue Point's working on something special that they want to do individually, or not individually, wrong word. My brain. Their own special, like, individual project, meaning they want their own game. They don't want to just be known for remakes anymore. They're trying to branch out a little bit and make their own, because I mean, no offense, they're ready. It's just I hope they have a good, whatever story concept they have, I hope it's a good one too. But as far as gameplay, they shouldn't have a problem. They're really good at working with the games they're given, and they've worked with several different types. This also makes them really good at making any type of game. So it should be interesting. I want to see Gears of War, bruh. Yeah, good luck on that. Let's see. With Sony's cash and resources, they could be working on multiple games. That's true, but the problem that happens with that, though, Although with resources, that's what the resources come in. As long as they have large enough teams to work on this, because minimum you need, even for a smaller game, minimum you need at least 100 or more people just to make sure it's getting proper attention. Otherwise, the game can kind of fall off. Below 100 is risky, and the further you go down, the less work is going to really get done on that game in a timely manner. But yeah, you are correct. If they've been given enough employees and enough people to work with without stretching too far, they could be doing multiple things with Sony's help. So, I don't know. That would be cool. I mean, I'm not against that. Like I said, I would love a random, just Twisted Metal trailer. I don't know, it's kind of a weird dream. You know how you always like daydream about things? Like we all daydream about things we want, whether no matter what it is, big or small. I've always had a daydream that for some reason one day I'm just gonna, because I kind of missed out on it a little bit when I was a child. I enjoyed all my Twisted Metal games, but I was in the hospital a lot when those games came out back in the day. So I only got to play them sporadically, not only when my PlayStation was with me at the hospital, because my mom would bring it and hook it, and the nurses would bring a TV in I could hook it up to. I would play in the hospital on it and stuff like that, but I never truly got to really delve into that game and its universe. Because I actually do think there's a bigger, deeper lore that Twisted Metal could have if it had the right hands, or if it had the right hands to redo it. That it would be way more intricate than we probably remember. Also, just to let me... Disney buys Sony. Well, boys, we hoped and dreamed. And then, also, just to let you know, MSM-10 Zoc is 24 meters tall. Oh, no, Sazabi's 25 meters tall, James. We'll say this. He's 1 meter shorter than Sazabi, but barely. I do think the tip of the gun, though, might be a little taller. It might be 2 extra meters, but they may not count that. They probably only count from top of the head's torso and down. But remember, Sazabi's 25 meters tall. Let's see, thing is, with Unreal 5's new tech, dev time will be cut by a lot. Smaller teams can do a lot more now. That's true, but the only problem with that is not every company can do that. Now, we're talking about Sony. So, before I say this does not count for Bluepoint. Because since Bluepoint is under Sony, unless Sony just doesn't want to give them the funding and resources for some reason, because they're only under Sony, you are 100% accurate. However, the problem with this is that only counts towards developers who are automatically being jumped to current technology. Not all are going to be able to do that right out the gate. But you are correct. Unreal Engine 5 is ridiculous. I'm actually hoping my school teaches that, because they're known for working with Unreal Engine that I'm going back to. Oh, forgot to tell you, Tam King, and for everyone now joining, now that everyone's here too, just in case you missed the beginning of the stream, come March, I'm going back to college, so YouTube streams are going to be very sporadic and only on weekends. But I want to let you know, Tam King, you too, Sealy, and everyone watching, Christopher as well, come this March, this year, unless for some reason I move out before then, my streams are going to become extremely sporadic, because I finally got all my classes taken care of. I'm registered for them. I'm set up. But I just wanted to let you know that. But on that note, that's also what I was talking about. I really hope, since I kind of delayed by accident because I didn't keep up with like I should have and committed like I should have to finishing my college courses. I'm hoping because of that, though, this means I might get to work with the Unreal Engine 5 instead of what it would have been when I would have graduated back then. So I'm like, this actually might be an advantage for me, because this will let me automatically have access to something really, really powerful. And that'll help me with what I'm trying to do job-wise and on the side to help in the future grow our channel somewhere down the line when I can and finally get the stuff up and running. But I want to let you guys know that, though. Nice one, Art. Not college sounds great. Yeah, I'm excited. Let's see. Yeah, Black Myth Wukong is looking great, Sealy. Oh yeah, it is as well. I forgot about that game almost. This goes to show you how many I'm trying to keep track of as they're getting closer. Certain games and some that I've missed. But yeah, I'm excited about college. You gonna make us a Xeno game? At some point, since someone else may not make it there in time, and I'm already going back to college anyways. I mean, I do have to make portfolios. I might do some practicing on some certain creatures' models. I know I'm going to make Gundam models inside my 3D modeling program. Maybe there'll be some Xenos hidden around somewhere. Well, I'm gonna head to bed. Got a lot to do tomorrow. I'll catch you tomorrow. Okay, James. Sorry it took longer than I expected. You have a good night, bro. Get some rest. Yeah, Tam King, that game is pushing the limits to the new engine. I remember they got an early access to the new engine before any of the bigger companies. It is. A Xeno Gundam? A Xenodom? That actually sounds pretty awful. Now that I think about it. I might do that. Oh. James, you can thank Tam King for this one. I'm going to make a Xenomorph Gundam now. Also, good night. Don't dream of that in your nightmares. I don't think he's here anymore, but but have a good night, James, if you're still there. But no, okay, yeah. Thank you, Tam King. Thank you for the brilliant idea. How does a Xeno infect a Gundam? Not all Gundams. Okay, I'm actually going to point this out. I'm learning about Gundam. Some Gundams may or may not be somewhat biological. Not literally biological, like have literal hearts and stuff. It's kind of hard to explain. It's the matter inside some of the resonance energy in some of the animes. My brain melted right there. It's biological in nature. Now, I don't still know how a Xeno would do this. Who knows? I think it'd be more of the goo. We're basing it on... Actually, you know what? Yeah. We're basing this on... This is the Xeno goo that would have worked to do this. Like the goo that came before the Xenomorph. If that touched a Gundam and got attached to it, it'd probably change it somehow. Especially if the resonance energy was biological. Also, technically, Xenos are part synthetic. It's just... There's no way to host something that's not part mainly biological. Like, where the Phasog gonna lay its eggs? Biological Gundams like the Gundams in Evangelion? Yes. Yes, thank you. I forgot the name of that anime. It's like Evangelion, but Gundam. Don't matter how it would work. It just needs to be done. It does need to be done, and it's now going to be done. Soon as I have those programs on my computer again, that's probably going to be my first portfolio project. I wonder what Gundam I should do this to. I'll have to think about it. There's a couple. Oh, no. I've got one that aesthetically already kind of fits. Where I wouldn't have to do too much work on my to ease my way back into developing 3D models. I wouldn't have to do too many other natural edges. I think I'm going to do it on Epion. Because Epion's heat rod kind of looks like a tail. And it is a tail when he's in jet form. So, kind of works out. I can make it look like a Xeno tail, but metal. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm already thinking about this in my head. No, you do not know what you've done. Oh, thank you for the follow, Big Glizzy 9000. Thank you. But you don't know what you've done. You know not what you've done. Just be sure to share it with us. Oh, I will. I'll post it on Discord as I go. Even if y'all want to see like bit by bit as I finish each piece, then I'll show y'all. Like I'll show you different development processes as I relearn them. because I am going to have to relearn them on my own time as well. That's also why I want to do this, because this teaches me again everything I forgot, which I need to redo. So, it's good practice. I am sorry, little one. Uses reality stone to transform Tam into biological Gundam. The hardest choice requires the strongest seals. Grabs the facehugger. Lets the experiment begin. I mean, yeah. But no, I will definitely share it with you guys. I'll also share other things I'll try to create after I start with that. If y'all want to see some of, well, once it's turned in and it's officially done, because once a school project is done, you're allowed to use it on your own, like, personal stuff. But you have to wait till the project is done. I can show y'all, like, some of the other stuff I'll probably end up having to do for the class anyways, like finals and stuff. Even, like, small indie games I'll probably have to make at some point. Stuff like that, which will also be good practice, because I think my also biggest problem I had when I was going to college the first time, and I don't have that problem now, is I don't think my creative side of me was dead. Like, me wanting to make things and actually build things. I was so depressed at that time. My life was just really, really awful. Me and my mom were going through really bad stuff together with where we lived, because we lived in like this trailer park place, and the people there weren't great either. Um, it was just, whew. I had someone who I used to call my friend kind of turn on me at that time as well. It was a bad time. So my creative side was dead inside. So it didn't want to do anything. I never was motivated. It was the same reasoning, kind of what I told you as a tip for YouTubers. I just didn't want to do it. I didn't want to be there. I didn't want to be. I did technically, first switching on a little bit of a dark switch for just a second, to be serious. I didn't want to really be here in general, as far as life back then. You know, in a more darker note. I'm past that now, but like, I don't know. I just was not in the place I needed to be to put my best self forward for my college and my work and everything. But now I want, like, I'm that creative gene because it's alive, and I also want to thank you guys for that. Y'all are partial of the reason why that's a thing. Because of YouTube and me trying to create these special streams for you guys. That's also why we have the one tonight at midnight. I'm trying to be more unique with my creations, trying to get more branch out, do better with them. And because of you guys and me doing all these things, this has allowed me to reawaken that confidence and that creative side of me that wants to make things, wants to create this or that or this or that. And or combine things or make concepts or whatever, or discuss crazy concepts with y'all, or come up with story concepts or debunk story concepts. um that's all literally thanks to all you guys. Like, so much. I cannot iterate that enough. But Tam King, stop resisting. Uses time stone to keep Tam in a time trap. You're not leaving. Uses soul stone. Open up. And then Tam King's like, sorry to hear that, Art. Not glad you're past that, buddy. Yeah, it took a while, but like I said, because of me getting out of that situation, finally, me and my mom moving away from there, getting a place where you see me living here now. We've lived here for a while now. And then I started YouTube while I lived here. And then, like I said, because of you guys and YouTube and me being able, even with the ups and downs, it has taught me so much on how to reawaken, like I said, my own self, my confidence, the creativeness, the want to grow past what I am again, finally. Not just sit stagnant in one spot, which is kind of what was happening. Actually, no, that was what was happening. So, and yeah, I have right now, I literally have no way to thank you guys at the moment other than to tell you guys as best as I can. At some point I will, though. That is also a big plan on my docket down the line of things. When I am able, I want to be able to give back to you guys with what in some form or fashion. Haven't figured out how yet, but I will. Because of how much y'all have been there and how much the channel has helped me get to where I'm at. So, I'm glad. What time? Let me check my time. 7:41. I say we'll give it till 8. I think we'll start calling it at 8 o'clock. If y'all want to talk a little bit more, ask any questions if you have any questions, or if you want to just chit chat about something. I think we're going to end it around 8 so I can have time to go finish watching those other videos for information purposes that I need so I don't miss anything in our night shift tonight. So, because I have to be on my game. I can't be letting them wander too much. Couldn't come up with a better one right there. I'm gonna have to practice that. But let's see. Wait, night shift is tonight? Yes. I already did one. Sorry, my brain's melted. Night before last. I already did one night before last. So we're doing one tonight because I'm trying to get us into the game a little bit further, this special game we're doing. I may not be for the full night shift. I mean, we may not go to 6 a.m. tonight, but we're going to try. We're going to see how much my energy holds out in the beginning because I want to pace myself. I don't want to do it all at once as far as like 6 a.m. immediately. Unless I can handle it for some reason. If I can, then we will do that tonight. And it will be a full shift. But we'll see. Midnight your time? Yeah, midnight my time. I hate to say that that means that's late for a lot of you guys. I know that's somewhat, it can be inconvenient in some cases. That's the part that does slightly suck. But if you can't make it, don't feel bad. I am, as always, going to post them up. So if you want to see them, if you all can't see them till next day, that's completely fine. Not everyone can stay up that late, anyways. That's one of those Russian bots I keep getting hit with. Yeah, OFZ. All good, or not. I'll try my best to catch you live. Yeah, like I said, you good. Yeah, I mean, if you can, then definitely join. It's gonna be a good one. Like I said, if it were midnight right now, I'd do it now because I'm ready to do the. Whoops. I made another pun inadvertently, but I didn't finish that one because I almost gave it away. Oh, I had to go. Hold on, wait. I had to take a map and chill for a second. Oh man, which never go down that door. I wish I had waited. But y'all don't know though. For y'all who haven't seen it, it'll be fun. Oh, it's gonna be so much fun. If y'all are there for that night, if any of y'all do make it, I can't wait to see your reaction. Especially if you haven't already seen it. Oh, I see it now. Oh, I see that Russian robot you meant. Hold on, I'll get it. Hide user from channel. There we go. Sorry about that. Forgot about that. Those are like inappropriate like spam bots. Is he? It's all fun and games until you see. Why? Wait, why? Wait, huh? What? What? How? What? Why? How? Is he just scaring them? Boo! It's like dude drops his gun. Ah! By the way, I did that on purpose. Oh man. Yeah, but yeah, I took care of the bot. I didn't realize that that's what y'all were talking about. I thought y'all were talking about somewhere else that one of those little bots happened. They're actually pretty bad on YouTube right now. Because I'm a smaller channel, I have to delete a lot of them. Like, they're pretty rampant. We need our own AI to go through and turn them into a blob of tangled up minds. Turns out that was a show somewhere. That was just the overseas version. Oh no, come on, man. The animatronics be making is some top level bots. And for bots who are supposed to entertain, why can they break down a damn metal door like it's butter? May or may not have to do with what I may or may not have finally figured out, hashtag. But I'm not going to tell any of you any of it until I know for sure. Because that's how that game kind of is, and I don't want to look foolish. Trying to put out a theory that doesn't really suit up. Oops. Till I know for certain, at least 75% will be acceptable. Like, if I know 75% for sure that this is probably could be possible, even if it's not necessarily, then at least I'll feel somewhat accomplished. That I actually kind of came up with something that legit could be it. Because that is also the beauty of that game, is all the theories. But I think I might have found one that's very spot on. And it's actually an amalgamation of several people's theories and me observing and going back and watching multiple videos on this subject. I think there's still one big piece I don't think anyone has really considered, and I'm not going to say what it is yet. Not yet. Once again, I want to wait until I know more. Because I need to do see a couple more things. And I may have to go back and actually look at it one more time while we're doing our series in the background for each night shift. Just to guarantee I know what I'm saying when I say it. I gave James the rundown today. He knows. So some twin souls and bam! You got some military weapons! Wow, Sealy! Wow! Wow! I also don't think it's quite on the nose. That's also where my theory varies a little bit. I don't know if it's necessarily exactly just straight up souls. But like I said, we're not going to go into that yet. I do think it's along the same concept, but it might not have been quite so literal as what they think. But we'll get to that eventually. But dang, Sealy! God, that was harsh. Cold-blooded. Just like an animatronic. Sealy, when did they add a seal to the show? You tell me now. Holds up deactivation button. You tell me, Sealy. When did they add you to the show? Let's see. Oh yeah, they're super durable. Ha! Looking at you, Afton. Yeah. I have some things about Afton as well. He's a much big, even though everyone knows he's a big piece, that's not, everyone knows that. I think he's bigger than even we thought. And more than one way too than we thought. So like I said, I don't think one theory was necessarily correct. I think some were a little closer than others by themselves. But overall, all of them have it's almost kind of like a weird amalgamation in its own, which is kind of cool that it happened that way. Everyone's side theories together, if you know which pieces to grab, all together actually seem to be the actual story, I think. And that's what I'm noticing. I'm like, and I wonder if they had actually sat down and watched each other's videos all the way through, like I'm doing for everybody that are involved in that, to notice the similarities and what was different that the other ones didn't catch. Because everyone sees different things. Someone might catch this, but not catch this. Or someone might catch this and not this. Or find this secret and not that secret. So, putting them all together, I do think there is something that I've caught. And I'm like, huh. I do think, shout out to them, I do think game theory does have a lot more than I thought they did. At first, I kind of thought they were slightly further off than most, including the man himself. But now I've realized I actually do think it's a little bit of reverse. No offense on him, but I actually do think, because I used to think the opposite until I saw something recently when I was going back and watching all the videos. I actually do think game theory is a lot closer. There's still a piece I think they're ignoring that someone else has picked up that I'm like, wait, what if both are right? And I'm like, because in a way that, as we now know with technology today in real life, we're getting very close to that point where it feels like VR is getting, even though we're joking a lot right now on the stream, VR is pushing hardcore towards that. Who knows what might be possible at some point? Who's to say, just like Ready Player One, you couldn't transfer someone's consciousness who is badly wounded and dying on their deathbed into a robot body? Not necessarily their soul, but their actual brain, who they were consciously. Now, they wouldn't totally remember who they are. They would have fragments of themselves. Because when you take memories and do it into a new shell, almost like if reincarnation, hashtag if it's real, I mean, like I said, I believe in it, but just that, using that as an example, like, if that is a thing, in a robot's version, it's the same thing. And it's also kind of towards there's different versions of each one. There's a new model every time. But that's as far as I kind of want to talk about the details on that until I get more. But yeah, I do think game theory has the biggest piece. And then it goes in order behind them with the man himself, the king. And then it goes everyone else. I'm not going to say all of those names, but it goes those two first and then everyone else. But everyone else's theory is just as viable. Some of the smaller ones also caught things the two bigger ones didn't. Because sometimes you look, when you're a bigger YouTuber, I would imagine, sometimes you're so bent on trying to make sure you're a good entertainer because it makes sense. Because they're really good at it for either of them. Sometimes you get so caught up in that, you do kind of miss certain things. I know even I've done that. So, as a smaller YouTuber. But sometimes smaller YouTubers will catch things others don't, as the bigger ones. But also, if you haven't read the FNAF books, these bozos in Phantom Horror made little stuffed rays that hypnotize and steal the body of children while trapping their souls. Yeah, but okay, and that makes sense. I want to point that out. But that, it's ironic. Without me telling you what I know, Seely, Here's the ironic thing. I'm going to tell you one thing, it's going to surprise you. And this is why I say game theory has one of the bigger pieces. It's not a company anymore. It used to be. Back in the day, I also want to point out something no one caught. Well, not no one, but no one has, because there's so much confusion around it, there are two different bytes. There's 87 and 83. I used to think 83 wasn't real until I realized I missed something stupidly completely when watching other people play number 4 of that series. There's something that if you're not paying attention or don't do during one of the secret segments, you won't know what year it is. But if you do, you'll notice it's actually before that. Purple Guy and all of them were not originally bad guys. None of them were. The first original death of the crying child, as he's called, was not a murder or a child being abducted or something like that, as the next ones would be years later. And there's a reason for that too. The original incident was an older brother being excuse my language, an asshole to his little brother with his friends, yeeting that little child into the mouth of Golden Freddy while he's singing. And each of the brothers, or the older kids, bullying this little kid, all were wearing, and I will quote, a Chica hat, a Foxy hat, a Freddy hat, and a Bonnie hat. So what I think that's where the huge confusion is, why people are thinking got confused, because people are like 87 versus this, bite of 87, bite of this, but no, Golden Freddy is 83. Regular Freddy and Bonnie is 87. Which I found out, I don't think Freddy was the one who actually did the biting in 87 either. From what I've learned, I'm pretty sure it was Bonnie. And the reason why, and I say that, as I'll explain at some point. There's too much to go over right now until we explore the Megaplex more, and I kind of finish the series. I had to go through so many videos for 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm on sister location right now. And so as far as information, and even that is slowly kind of feeding into what I'm thinking, because of the unusual two different things trying to happen to you. One AI is trying to kill you. One AI is trying to help you. And like I said, without going too far into it, it has to do with the consciousness thing. These robots, as Celia, as you were saying, are so advanced that what I think actually happened, because the engineer, which I think is Purple Guy, I'm pretty sure Purple Guy is the original engineer who started this all, also might be Afton. That part I don't want to say for certain on that one, but I'm pretty sure, just like the security guard that day witnessed, which, like I said, there's a lot we'll have to go into as we play, which I'll save that for the night shift to talk about. But there was also a brown bunny dressed in a stitched up brown bunny outfit that is not an animatronic, standing behind Golden Freddy when the older brother yeeted his younger brother into the mouth of Golden Freddy in the first incident. So this means that this also gives me a theory of why the security guard is so important to these games. I'm pretty sure the original security guard that was in that outfit was so traumatized, probably, that he's been ever since trying to make up for all these things that keep happening. Because after that incident, it is literally like the place almost became cursed, but not more like a hypothetical curse of a glitch that ended up in a robot system, of a super sentient robot AI intelligence. Because there's one little thing it says at the very end, to the crying child at the end of FNAF 4, the Golden Freddy doll says to him, after the bite happens and all that. He says, "I will put you back together." And that translates to me all the way into current game I'm playing tonight, and I'll explain why eventually. I think we're playing somebody we're not expecting. I actually think Gregory might be more than just Gregory. And maybe almost like a literal rebuilt, I will put you back together. Wait, Glitch Trap was there that entire time. You're telling me Glitch Trap was during that bite? Well, he wasn't a trap then. You're talking about Spring Trap, by the way. Also Glitch Trap because he becomes glitchy, but during that time, Spring Trap didn't exist. There are two different crying children. The only one that actually died was the one in 83. 87, I can't confirm if it died or not. But 87 was when Springtrap was created. That's when Purple Guy, for the first time, would be forced inside of Springtrap's body by one of the little kids, and the spring-loaded little things would snap and kill him. The same traumatic way that the little boy died in 83. Hence, putting him into the AI. And this is what I think has happened. I don't think it's necessarily souls. I think it's that the traumatic deaths are somehow causing these AI, because they have imprinting technology, is what it's called in this universe, to able to take the consciousness, not necessarily the soul, of this person and integrate it into its system from a robot's perspective. Because Golden Freddy was on stage that day in 83 singing a song by himself. No one was inside his suit. The Brown Bunny security guard, I want to point out, the people in the bunny outfits are also always security guards. Hint, hint. Wait, Gregory, Susie is Sussy when Freddy couldn't identify him. Also, what about the Stitch Wraith? The Stitch Wraith, it's completely unrelated to Molten Freddy. Well, no, Molten Freddy is a part of an amalgamation as well, from what I know. My theory, for now, we'll go into detail of it later, is that all of what's happened, of course, started with the bite, just like anything else. I think less of a soul thing, more of this super AI that was created by this genius, who all he wanted to do was entertain children back then and help make life better for people, may have created something more advanced than he anticipated. And when the accident happened, the actual accident that wasn't nobody's fault but that older brother's, I think the Golden Freddy's AI somehow absorbed part of that kid's consciousness, or someone put him in the machine out of guilt. It could be Purple Guy out of guilt, maybe even used his imprinting technology to try to save the kid's life as Freddy, or as the one that he probably actually is, Marionette. Because this is also where I differ than everyone. Everyone thinks Marionette is Purple Guy. I actually think Marionette is Crying Child. It's a representation, because it's also the same colors that Crying Child was wearing in 83. Black, white, and assortments of red and light blue. Scattered on small spots of him. And I think this represents that's who it is. And the streaks down his eyes as Marionette, those look like tears of blood. So, or the black ones, or tears of darkness in some versions. Molten Freddy is the amalgamation, main personality, but more and more souls caused him to become... Well, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Well, it's not, like I said, it's not necessarily souls. I think it's consciousnesses more than souls. Maybe tomato at the end of the day, if you think about it. What is a consciousness? What is a soul at the end of the day? But from a robot's perspective, I'm going to say it's more like consciousnesses. And technically, Molten Freddy is Enard, and I forgot who else. But yeah, Molten Freddy is Ennard from FNAF 4 or FNAF's sister location melted down and broken down. However, Ennard, if I'm not mistaken, is a combination Freddy of Purple Guy and Crying Child. And the reason why I say this is Ennard is kind of a split personality with certain things going on inside of sister location. It's a bit weird. Sometimes it feels like it's a bit more docile and just like Freddy, and then other times it's far more aggressive and trying to kill you. So that going back to my original theory, I think it's two consciousnesses in there fighting for control of all the animatronics. I think Crying Child's been in there for ages trying to do this, trying to be basically save any other consciousnesses and children who get put in this situation, and himself. And I think Purple Guy, after he got killed in Springtrap and put inside, is the other one. I think he's the one who not only created the Nightmare versions, but he created all the Shadow Freddy, Shadow Bonnies, all of those, and those are all a part of the amalgamations as well. But Ennard, or aka the Blob, now as he's known, is kind of everyone. He's the core subject, I think, that the hive mind that I think this is now, kind of like a Borg type thing, has become. Because at the end it yanks up, I guess it's Nightmare Bonnie or just Busted Down Bonnie at the end, because there is one thing I have seen at the end, one of the endings. It's the standard ending, one of the standard endings where you go beneath the Megaplex, that's all I'll say. Probably you know what it is, Celia, you've probably seen it, but it's one of the endings I have seen that I did spoil a little bit on myself on purpose. To see if it was worth me trying to get back into this, which it was. It yanks him away at the end, but yet ignores Freddy and Gregory as they run away. That doesn't make much sense. And also, there's another weird incident. Gregory can die coming down the tunnel without Freddy. Ennard will kill him if he comes down that tunnel, or aka the Blob, as it's called now. It will kill him if he comes down that tunnel without Freddy. However, if you're inside Freddy, it ignores Freddy altogether. Which kind of shows you maybe it knows that this is its creation and it's trying to preserve it. Which we'll get to that eventually. Burn Trap is his name now. Well, that most people just call him Blob. And it is Afton, but Afton is also Purple Guy. So it's still the same thing. When I say Purple Guy, I mean Afton. Afton and Purple Guy are the same person. Because Mike is the security guard. The original security guard. And I don't mean just FNAF 1. I'm pretty sure Mike was the one in the bunny outfit when Golden Freddy first killed that little boy because he got yeeted into his mouth. Pretty sure that was Mike. Because the timeline slightly adds up to a certain extent. By the time he would be older, and as he goes through these different jobs trying to destroy these places, because the security guard's main objective, it feels like in these games, even if most of the perspective is in the past, feels like you're trying to destroy everything. Like you're trying to fix something that you were a part of and now you regret. You're like, I need to end this. This needs to end now. So, but yeah, but like I said, let's see, Molten Freddy is the amalgamation main personality, but more and more. Wasn't the puppet the daughter of Henry? What, Puppet Master? No. It wouldn't make any sense. This is why I said, see, this is the problem. All of y'all have forgotten because it's been so long. This is why I started watching all of the episodes of everyone playing these games again. None of that actually happened. We were all so trying to find our own story. A lot of us kind of ignored some of the obvious things because we wanted to make up our own theory so bad that we actually didn't break down certain things and kind of made up things that made sense, but then necessarily wasn't necessarily proof for that. Where these things I'm talking about are physical things you get to see in the FNAF series. And that's where I tend to kind of go for with things like that, because I feel like if you're going beyond that, then you're kind of going into conjecture. And that means you're making assumptions based on your own assumptions to go even further. And then that's not really a theory anymore. A theory is at least something that somewhat makes sense. And originally to us that made sense, but that was before we knew, or before I think everyone started realizing this is a hive mind. It has to be. This thing has become a hive mind. Even game theory said this. And that's why I said I think they're a lot closer than I thought when I started going back and watching things again. They're actually closer. I'm going to give a shout out since y'all know who I'm talking about. They're a lot closer than, no offense, even Mark is, I think. Like, Mark was right on a lot of things. But I actually think game theory's slightly closer. Because Mark never touched on the hive mind thing. Game theory has. And they're starting to really break it down more and more. Even if some things are a bit of a stretch, they still said, a lot of it's still adding towards what I'm thinking too. And I do think it's them. I do think that's what it is. Henry tried to kill everyone related to both incidents back in Pizza Sim. Too bad it didn't work in the end, since the fire didn't even destroy the establishment. It didn't. Well, it did and it didn't. Because the establishment is the one beneath the Megaplex. Did you know the Pizza Sim establishment is the one you go to in the Megaplex? And by the way, Henry is also a nard. This is the things that are confusing people. The only reason why I understand this a little somewhat better, and so does game theory, I think, is, I don't know why they know, but they clearly do. I love Borg. I'm a very big fan of hive minds. Xenomorphs, the Borg, things like that. So I kind of know what they look like no matter what form they take. We are legit dealing with a mechanical, technologically advanced, sentient hive mind AI that has absorbed countless young and old consciousnesses, but is only truly policed by two major consciouses. The original first conscious that got adapted and absorbed, which was Crying Child, and then Purple Guy, a.k.a. Henry, a.k.a. Enard, a.k.a. Afton, a.k.a. Guy on Phone, a.k.a. And like I said, it's like after he was absorbed into the system, things got stupid confusing. And that's because he is making his own versions along with Crying Child's. Because Crying Child's got his own versions of Freddy in them. And then there's these Freddys in over here that also, and that's what Pizza Sim is. I think Pizza Sim represents the battle of the two conscious AIs vying for control of the system. And that's really pretty sure. So, what's your Borg name, Ardnot? Jorlon. I don't know why I like that. Jorlon. It came to my head. I was trying to let my instincts do it, so I went with the first thing that came to my head with my actual Johnny. Because, you know, even though Locutus is not Picard, like, it's not even close, I like Jorlon. Like instead of, like, Locutus of Borg, Jorlon of Borg. I'd be Barry of Borg. What is Stitch Rafe doing? I know he is doing something while this crap is happening. You talking about Blob, I assume. Because I don't know, when you call it Stitch Rafe, I don't know that name. No offense, those names aren't very common for a lot of people to use, Sealy. Most people just say Enard, Afton, Blob, Funtime Freddy, what was the other one? Henry. They normally just use those names. When I hear Stitch Wraith, I don't know that. Okay, who's Stitch Wraith then? Tell me who Stitch Wraith is, and I'll answer the question. Because whoever it is, I don't know it by that name. He isn't Ennard either. Then who is Stitch Wraith? Tell me who he is, and I will help you. I've never heard of him in any of the games. That's why I'm trying to figure out. He's probably in Pizza Sim, and I just don't remember. Because everybody was in that one. Every iteration ever made throughout history. Because it's all digital. He's in the books. See, I don't know if those count, Sealy. No offense. I know maybe the books are part of the part canon. But I actually don't know if the books count. Because from what I've heard of game theory and what little I know of what probably Scott had planned, I don't know if the books are canon, Sealy. I don't think Scott considers them officially a part of the FNAF series. I think he considers them an alternate universe. So no offense, that means that doesn't count. That means Stitch Wraith doesn't actually exist. Because if he isn't in the Pizza Sim or any of the others, it doesn't relate to the Megaplex. Because it has to be ones that are in the games, nowhere else. Let's see. Sub to Guardian Core now. Resistance is futile. Yes. But the books legit has connections to... Yeah, no, that doesn't mean they don't, Sealy. But no offense, like I said, I'm pretty sure it was said that the books are a branch off. They're not a part of the official one-to-one canon. Because I've never heard anyone mention that in any of the FNAF games, giving a shout out saying, hey, if you want to know more of this, go do this. I think a lot of the books are considered the same thing as the fan games. Because the fan games tie into the series too. A lot of the fan-made games actually make legit sense and are tied into the series, but they're not canon. So I think it's the same thing. It's tied, but it's not official. He is not an official animatronic by Scott's terms. He's just for the book's purposes. Because if that was the case, then I would imagine that would mean Stitch Wraith is also a Nard if that were true. Because no offense, there is no one more powerful than a Nard. Because a Nard is Afton. And Afton is Purple Guy. And no offense to Crying Child, he isn't as strong as Afton is. So, that's why I really don't see that as canon. Because then Stitch Wraith would have played a bigger role in Megaplex. And he didn't. So, also the question you asked kind of tells me that he's his own story. What is Stitch Wraith doing? Why is he doing nothing while all this is happening? It's because he doesn't exist. Oh, oops, the book is in another timeline. See, I knew it. That's why I said your question kind of gave it away. Why is he not doing anything? Because he doesn't exist in the main timeline. You have to look at it in a Marvel perspective. There's the main 616. And then there's a billion different other universes. But the main 616 would be Scott's games. That's the actual universe. I hope to meet him one day. I do like the FNAF games. They are good. I missed my opportunity back in the days when they first released to really enjoy them. Before I got spoiled and watched so many videos on YouTube of it, back when they first came out. But that's why I'm not doing that with Security Breach. I've only seen 2 or 3 of the endings, and there's actually around 5 to 6. So I saved half of them for me to do. And there's a deeper secret. I started like hell right there. There's a deeper secret. I think one ending has not fully been gotten yet. And I think it's actually because it's bugged literally in the game. Not bugged as in FNAF bugged. I mean you actually crash. The game actually crashes out of Steam. So I think because there's a bug going on right now, I think one of the endings is actually broken. So I'm going to try to go for that one and see if it's broken on console. But it'll be the last one we do. We're going to do the other ones I haven't seen first before that one. The books have the same events as the games, but with more stuff added. It's another one of those things. Hold on, guys. 1 second. Boom, there we go. Okay. But now that makes sense. Like, they're a little more of a detailed version, because books tend to be able to be a little bit better at telling stories. But I still kind of prefer the actual 6161 in this case. That's why I'm excited about tonight. But yeah, that was a good one, Tam King, though. I caught that. Sub to Guardian Core now. Resistance is futile. But in the books, they explain they capture this energy or ectoplasm called hatred slash agony, which they use to fuel the animatronics. See, and that makes sense. In an alternate universe, I could see that. Because legit, that is still a legitimate theory to a certain extent. The only reason why I don't totally buy into that, at least not at first, is technically the original incident wasn't based on pure... For that kid, it was. But as a whole, the agony and all that started with a kid who just got caught off and had a tragic accident happen because his brother was a douche. Because legit, that's literally all it was. It took me several times to watch that scene to remember, because I completely forgot about that. That legit, the original accident was just that. It was never Purple Guy, not in 83, 87 it was. It was never Purple Guy in 83. It was never Freddy himself in 80, or Golden Freddy himself in 83, not on purpose. It was never any of the bunnies. It was never any of those. It was because a big brother wearing a foxy mask who saw his brother was kind of a cry, as they would call it, a mean person would call it, a crybaby, and decided, oh, we're gonna tease him and scare the shit out of him by giving him a close-up look of his animatronic fear, and they carried him into the showroom and yeeted him into Golden Freddy's mouth, and because Golden Freddy was singing, I don't think his sensors were programmed to know there's something in his mouth. He went, and yeah, ew, yeah. God dang, why are they so bad tonight? Where are all these robots coming from? Talking about robots, robots are invading right now. The Russian FNAF is here. The Stitch Rape is an animatronic fueled by agony with souls of Afton, Jake, and Andrew. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, that makes sense then. Okay, that makes sense. For that universe, that actually, I could roll with that. I could see that being a legit, actual thing, being possible. I could definitely see that, because like I said, it's not far off. It's just, I feel like they would have, if I were the book writer, I may have changed the Golden Freddy incident around a little bit, just because it would make, if you're trying to go for the machines feed off of agony and they grew from agony and hatred and all that, you would need to kind of change the principle of why the incident and how the incident of the brother yeeting him in there would create this. But other than that, that sounds pretty good. I've been getting a lot of bots recently too. Yeah, like I said, they're rampant, but dang, they're bad tonight. My nose is just... We're going to have to wrap it up here soon. Is it 8? Oh shit, it's 8:30. God, after I started talking about it, this is why I want to talk about it later. I got to get going here if I'm going to watch all the rest of these videos, sister location videos, before we start tonight. Must have found a new way to get around YouTube's algorithm. They probably did. Hopefully that YouTube will wise up soon and be like, oh crap, and they have to redo it, because they have to do that every so often. But I agree, they must have found a new way. That's why I just hide and report them constantly, so that way YouTube is getting to know that these are happening. That lets YouTube know that they've broken their algorithm again, and they can start dealing with it at some point. So that's why you see me do that. I report and then I hide them from the channel. Let's see, but in the books, the Stitch Wraith just wanders around in the streets and hanging around stuff related to Faz. See, that's weird. That is kind of weird, but I guess if it's like a ghost in a way because it's feeding off of the agony and the pain created by Fazbear corporations, then I could see that. And especially if it's the original children plus Afton and all that. Like, because then that's like similar to the Blob in the other universe, but just not. But not the same at the same time. Because I do think that's what the Blob is doing. It's feeding off of consciousnesses. Let's see. Alright. I'm going to let y'all say, if you have any final things you want to say real quick, I'm going to read your chat real quick as well, Sealy, before we wrap it up. Go ahead and let me know, like, just send me a chat thing real quick. Because we're going to have to wrap it up here in a minute, so I can go finish off what I need to finish off so we can be ready for tonight. But let me read this. They call it a wraith given by how it wears, God, I cannot read tonight. Wears a black hood and a face mask similar to Ernard's. So in a way, that's their version of Ernard, basically. Because in a way, it's the same concept, because Ernard at this point is the core consciousness of all of them. A.k.a. Henry, a.k.a. Afton, a.k.a. all of that. So in a way, it's the same, but not. That makes sense. But we'll save that conversation. If you're up late enough, Celia, once again to everyone, before we end, if you can't make it tonight, that's okay. I understand. It is a very late stream, and this is the only stream we'll be doing these with, is this series for this game. So if you can't make it tonight, don't feel bad. I will post it up so y'all can enjoy the craziness of me screaming or getting chased down a hallway, because it's going to get worse as I go. I actually did kind of scream a little bit the first episode when I first ran down that hallway and accidentally died to Monty because Chica turned my camera around and I thought it was going to turn it around automatically. It did not. And he just leaped on me and ate me. But alright, guys. I hope you enjoyed this vlog, y'all. And thank you, as always, for all your guys' support and stuff and all that. Like, I can't iterate enough how much help y'all have been for me. Like, just not only YouTube-wise, being my friends and me just getting to know some of you guys in the community and the community in general, but also helping me build back up my confidence and my ability to want to be able to create and do things again and try to make my own stuff. Even if it's not great at the beginning, just doing it and getting yourself out there you'll get better at it eventually. So, and I also recommend that to anyone out there trying to do that. If you find something you really enjoy, you want to try to do on that and just, try to work for it. Work at it. Take your time, too. Don't rush it. So, let's see. Although the FNAF lore is deep and interesting, it saddens me the creator won't be making any more games because of Twitter stressing him out. Yeah, well, once again, don't worry about the Twitter stuff. I also don't know if that's necessarily true, that stuff we hear sometimes. No, sometimes, and this is totally in Scott's right to do this because of how crazy the internet can be. He said that with FNAF 4 and FNAF 3. Now, I'm not saying he shouldn't end it, or should. Neither. That's up to him. It's his baby. He should have the right to decide, not everyone else. And that's also why I think Security Breach is a little different and has some things that are a little less in-depth than the previous were. It's because more than likely he's starting to get burnt out a little bit. And I don't blame him. This many games for this long will really mess with you, especially with how crazy the internet can be, like you said. I don't know if would do it because of that, but as far as like him being tired, that's probably why you'll never see another one. And if he does do another one, it probably won't be for a good minute. I'm betting not until what Tam King said comes out, PSVR 2. When PSVR 2 comes out and VR gets updated and all that, then he'll probably make another one. But other than that, I do think Megaplex is the final one. Also, if my theory about Gregory is correct, this would make sense why Megaplex is actually the last game. If my theory about Gregory is correct, even remotely, then that would make sense perfectly. Like, this would be the perfect time to end it. Like, there's no open ends, from what I know. I haven't seen all the endings, so I can't be fully sure of that, but from what I've heard, without spoiling it, there's not really any open ends. There's the only thing that's open-ended is the thing that's always been like that, the mystery of the whole story as a whole. But as far as, like, feeling like a climactic end, it does. It feels like this game is the quintessential last one this time. Like, he legit means it. And once again, I'm not against it being the last one or not being the last one. That's if he doesn't want to do it anymore, then I say leave it because this game's good, and by all means, if I felt like I was burning out, let's say I made a bunch of Alien franchise games, and they were good, but I had started to get burnt out. You can't let the internet decide that for you, just like YouTubing. If you're burnt out on something, you're not going to put your best foot forward. You're not going to want to put all of your soul and your heart into it. And that's not really that person's fault either. Sometimes it's just you want to move on. You want to do something new. And I feel like he's getting to that point. And more power to him that he lasted this long with all of how crazy the internet can be. And still made amazing games. Every single one of the FNAF games is amazing. I never really got to play the VR one for obvious reasons, but it was still amazing. So, definitely show him some love. But, yeah. I do think it is the last one, though. For sure this time. I could be wrong, but I do think it is. I will always come back, Kratos. The cycle ends here. Fatality. Kratos wins. No. It should be just like Golden or AKA Golden Freddy and all them say in the background. I'm still here. Kratos comes in. Kratos, the cycle ends here. Bow! Smashes him to pieces. Fatality. Kratos wins. Freddy loses. Don't forget the mobile game of FNAF. That's true. There is that too. Because I'm pretty sure that one was Scott, wasn't it? I need to play that. I forgot there's a mobile game for that. Isn't that Scott? If that's Scott as well, I will have to look that one up. I might play that one for myself, because I have been playing a lot of mobile games just to pass time by when I'm not on console. Especially when I'm out and about during the day. So, I actually think I'm going to pick that up then, because I kind of want to see if there's anything in that one I might be missing. If it's canon and part of Scott's stuff. So, I will check that out. I forgot about that. But thank you for that, Sealy. But a big shout out to you, Sealy, and a big shout out to Tam King, James Army West 9. Big shout out to his channel. Show him some love. Same thing as Tam King. Show his channel some love. He's been doing a little bit of early Deep Rock Galactic. We'll be joining him at some point. It's probably this weekend, actually. Because James is getting his PS Plus back this week. So we should be able to join you, Tam King, I don't know if you left already, but big shout out to Tam King. Show him some love. We'll be doing some of that this weekend, and to James. And also a shout out to Christopher. I hope you're doing good out there. I hope to see you in tonight's midnight night shift stream as well, and anyone who can make it for the true beginning of diving into what truly is the Megaplex. But anyways, the mobile game is what happened at Glitch Trap, other than the VR game. Oh, really? Does the mobile... Okay. See, if the mobile game covers what the VR game covered, I need to play that. Because I can't... It's hard for me to just watch the VR game and tell what's going on, because it's different than watching a normal game. I know that's weird. If that's the case, I need to play that one then. Because the bunnies are a big part of this too, because like I said, so far the bunnies represent every single time, for some reason, seem to be representing the security guards. So, I also have a theory with that too, with our good old Vanessa. There's something big about her too, that I want to discuss once we get her audio logs, that not many people have found. So, we're going to try to pick that up, and it's not tonight, of course. That's way deeper in the game than we'll get tonight, more than likely. But can I join in Galactica? But wait, Galactica? You mean Guardian Core? I always wanted to play. Oh wait, Galactica. Galactica. The mobile game has stuff from VR, including stuff hinted with glitch trap and Easter eggs. Okay. I wish. Oh, Subnautica. I wish Subnautica was multiplayer. Yeah, someone make Galactica. Is Galactica a thing? Sealy, are you pulling my chain? Because Christopher got that, but I didn't. Christopher realized what you meant. And I was like, wait, what do you mean by Galactica? He meant a galactic Subnautica. I wish Subnautica was multiplayer. Me too, Christopher, to be fair. That would give me more of a reason to finish both Subnauticas. Because that's another game I kind of ruined for myself. The first one especially. I watched a certain other YouTuber play that one. So and so hard. I watched it so many times to get to learn it that there was no way, nothing for me to explore in that game. Below Zero is a different story, but since it had so many issues for so long, I kind of just gave up on it. Because I kept having small crashing issues off camera I didn't tell you guys about back then. That's why that series stopped. Because I couldn't get Below Zero to work with me. It kept having all kinds of problems. Maybe it works now. I don't know. But it's one of those things like I said, I'm just not motivated to do that game anymore. So I wouldn't be able to give it justice that it deserves. I mean, the dwarf game. There's a dwarf game called Galactica. I mean, I didn't know this was a game. Oh, Deep Rock Galactic. Galactica. Silly. Yeah, you can join in. If you have it this year, well, if you got it, then yeah. Me, James, and Tam King are going to be playing it this Sunday. This weekend. Yeah, you can join in, Sealy, if you want. I am definitely not against that. We'll have a full team of dwarfs. James is going to dig giant holes. Tam King is going to scout. And depending on what you pick, I'll take whatever's left. I'm not picky. Since I'm not a hashtag dwarf, I'm a goblin. I'm a green skin. It doesn't matter to me what dwarf I am. All dwarfs die. Yeah, it's in my library, ready for download. Nice. See, I already downloaded mine. For this weekend. Let's see. Deep Rick. Deep Rock is a 4-man game. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's four dwarves. So that will be 4 people. Also, if you have it too, Christopher, and if you ever want to join up, you can too if you want. When Seely's not wanting to join as well, we'll always have a 4th slot available. Because there's 3 of us. It's just me, James, and Tam King. So we're missing 1 dwarf, technically. So I played through the tutorial. Oh, nice. See, I haven't even done that yet because I'm saving it, trying to save my experience for this weekend. For rock and stone, brother. I love that. What you mean? No, but no, it's funny because as far as when it comes to dwarf or goblins, I've always been a green skin. I'm a gobbo. I'm a brawler. Oh, you're the brawler? Nice. Okay. That's cool. That's a good one. I'll have to go the other one then in that case, but that's fine. Like I said, I'll take whatever's left at the end, no matter who I'm playing with. But yeah, I'm ready for that this weekend too. That's gonna be a fun stream. I'm excited about that. I think we're gonna have a lot of hilarious times this Sunday, especially since we left James in charge of finding the path. Well, technically Tam King scouts, but James has to dig the path. Y'all ready for the most chaotic maze-like tunnel you've probably ever seen in your life? I hope so. The thing that hooked me with that game was the amount of chaos that gets unleashed when the swarm of bugs start flooding you and explosions, happiness everywhere. You meant happening. That was perfect because it sounded like a Freddy screw up, like a Freddy glitch. Explosions and happiness everywhere. Oh god. I choked on my own spit. Oh god. God, I laughed too hard. It's a great game, a lot of fun. Yeah, I can't wait. And speaking of chaos, that Seeley just said, like I said, with James at the helm, the chaos is gonna be twice as bad. Which that's gonna make it more fun to me. That's one of those types of games. Kind of being chaotic and just having fun with it's kind of the point. So I can't wait to do that this weekend. Or not, I swear I am not an animatronic. Your name is Sir Seeley. No, I'm just kidding. I'm almost positive you accidentally did this to begin with. I'm pretty sure you're the crying child. You just look like a seal now for some reason. This is your latest model. They ran out of ideas. So they're like, just make him a baby seal. Combine him with baby, balloon boy, and a seal. Boom. Sir Seeley. And call him Sir Seeley. Oh, man. But, alright, guys. I could talk about this all night, so I better get off here. Peace and love to you guys. It's been a great time tonight. I'm so glad we got to chat like this tonight, like we always used to do. I'm gonna wrap it up here. We got a big schedule this weekend, so don't forget we got our special Twitch stream. Don't forget my Twitch is up and running now, and I'm streaming on Twitch. I finally got my headset to work. The headset I got for my Xbox now, so the Halo series is officially started. From 1 all the way to Infinite is going to be that series. That's on Fridays. Friday middays, afternoons. And that will also be the normal day I do night shifts from here on after tonight. So after tonight, night shift for the Megaplex, as I'm going to call it. We all know what I'm talking about at this point. Security breach. Security breach will also be on Fridays at midnight. Always. Every Friday at midnight. I will that's when that will be. A talking seal. Definitely animatronic. Tam King, you absolute goober. All Insanity Stone. You're gonna regret blowing my cover, Tam King. I know it. Seeley's just crying child as a seal. Thank you for that information, Tam King. I must get my security guard outfit. I'll be back. Oh, man. Turns out that's what SCP was this whole entire time. Fazbear Incorporated. That was a weird combination I just made there, but anyways. Also, Fazbear itself would definitely be an SCP, like the corporation or the amalgamation that is Enard / the Blob, Afton, and all that would definitely be an SCP at this point. It's on that level now. Whether it be through souls or just taking consciousnesses and absorbing them like the Borgs do. But they keep the actual bodies, unlike most people. Just make them robotic, which makes it easier. But in this case, different. But You know how hard it is to not get tangled with all the absolute mess that happened all those years ago? Hey, man, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. You allowed yourself to get eaten by one of the animatronics in '83. You should have ran away from your brother. He was a dick. Now look where we both are. What? How many times I avoid getting scooped all gone since Tam decided to be a goofy goop and blow my cover? Yes, exactly. And now it'll never be not known. Beware, Seely. I will use my security guard powers and send the good ones after you soon enough. You will return to your, I guess in the Megaplex, you will return to your room, Seely. I think Seely actually signed up thinking he was being turned into Captain America. Oh! Holy crap! Oh, you know what? Yeah, probably. Woke up and he was eating fish. Mm. Oh, bro, Freddy had an absolute delicious looking cupcake in his mouth. He did. This is what I mean. I know the tricks. I know how to lure you back, Seely. You know, your room has an unlimited amount of catfish in it. Yeah, all you can eat. You'll never have to worry about it. You and Chica just love your food. She got her pizza. You got your fish. There'll be plenty. You'll never run out, ever. Was like, hey, where's my shield? And just hands him a fish. Here you go. I had to get that cupcake. What's it doing in Freddy's mouth? I don't know. All I knew is that cupcake needed to be in my mouth. Yeah, well. Someone may have left it there. It's a trap! Shows a Springtrap picture as that happens in that meme. Oh, man. Wait, is that why I like catfish so much? No. No, this can't be! No, he's realized it! That's your programming! Dun, dun, dun! Is my life a lie? I mean... Which life? The one as a seal animatronic? Then no. Your one as a human boy? It is now. No, I always like catfish since the beginning. Yeah, as far as you remember. But when you're caught up in the mess of an amalgamation of AIs, who knows what's actually real anymore? I've always been me. I wasn't created. How do you know? How does Gregory know? How do you know? And that's where I'll leave it. Is I left a huge hint right there by doing that to you, Seely. I left you a huge hint towards what I think is happening in the Megaplex. Like I said, how would he know? How would you know? If you were even an animatronic. If you had no memories of a prior life. How do you know this isn't your actual life? Tam King. Pulls Tam King. Then who are you? Tam, you were always there in my memories. Maybe Tam is part of it. Maybe we all are. Maybe each of us is a different version. Maybe my favorite color may or may not be purple on that tree behind me. I just had to throw that out there. And this room may or may not be gold, red, yellow, blue, green, orange, and brown, and purple. Oh, good. I'm having too much fun now. I'm the real Sealy. Oh no, stop putting stuff in my head. Oh man. No, I think I'll keep adding in more scripting and programming. Think I'll keep adapting the system as we go. Think Total Recall when Arnie meets his real personality. Both you you're making my brain hurt. Good. Then I have succeeded in becoming truly FNAF. I've done my job, and now I have made my full transformation. Good. That means I'm ready for the night shift now. Alright, then. Let's leave it at that. Oh, man. But alright, Damn King. Alright, new animatronic. Will the real Sir Sealy please stand up? And then here comes... Yeah, we installed that song in as a joke. Oh, man. There's that definitive proof I'm really who I am. No, you don't... No! That's not proof. I mean, have you seen a serial code anywhere on Freddy? Or on Gregory? No, it's okay, Sealy. It's fine. It's fine. Christopher, Tam King, and me, we already know. Our names may not already be other names. It's fine, Sealy. But you all have a good night. I love you always, as always. I love you all, as always. And until tonight, everyone, I hope you have enjoyed this stream. May there be plenty of joy, and happiness in your future. And visit us today at the Megaplex, opening at midnight. Come soon. And to all of you out there, take a map. Until next time, I hope you all enjoyed this stream. Not new. No, but alright. See y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed. Peace and love, you guys. And I will see y'all later tonight. Whoever can make it for tonight. Knock, knock. Exactly, Christopher. But I hope to see y'all, whoever can make it tonight at midnight. And until then, peace and love to all you guys. I love you all as always. And I will see you all at the Megaplex. Alright, good night, guys. Bye, Tam King. Bye, Christopher. Wrong button. Sorry. Bye, sorry. Bye, new animatronic. Bye. Bye, James. Bye, everyone. See you in the tonight shift. Bye. Wrong button. I forget it doesn't do that. Bye.